go. You may take yours off. Good afternoon. Don Briggs, your mayor. Today is Thursday, May 21st, 2020. I am joined today by Helen, Executive Director, Economic and Workforce Development, Frederick County Office of Economic Development. Thank you for coming up here today. We really appreciate you journeying up to the northern part of the realm.
I love being here. Thank you.
Pleasure to have you here. Just as an update, we'll be back with you in a few minutes. Okay. Let me just give a quick update here. We are working under Governor Hogan's April 24th three-stage recovery plan, Maryland Strong Roadmap to Recovery, under which many responsibilities have been passed on to the county executive and for her discretion to open for businesses and other things of nature. As they like every week, we are waiting for Governor Hogan's next press conference. The county executive just had one this morning, and part of that is a follow-up to our weekly mayor county executive telephone conference. Today, I'd like to just say we're at stay-at-home advisory. Plans are expanded for park usage, manufacturing, some retail with limitations. It's all confusing, but that's just the nature of the game right now. Our parks, like I mentioned, are open. Equipment is open. Wear masks. Bring your own sanitizers if your children use the equipment. Water is turned on the dog park. Statistically, Maryland has 43,531 cases, 2,045 deaths. That's up 24-hour period, 41. Frederick County has 1,568 cases, 87 deaths, and 7 probable related deaths. For our zip code 21727, we went up 1 to 16 after it leveled off for 2 weeks at 15 reported cases. Again, the Frederick County Health Department will not release any further details. Okay, Executive Director, thank you again for coming up here, and it's just wonderful to have you up here. And thank you for your most recent help on our Main Street program. So what, in this climate, how did you adjust to it, and what are you doing for businesses right now?
That's a very good question to ask, because a lot of the time economic development is working with our current businesses to help them add their workforce in, to help them expand. We're working with businesses outside of Frederick County to bring them in. As of the third week of March, things drastically changed for our office. And we have an office of 10 staff, and we are all working to meet businesses where they are and provide resources to them, answer questions that they have. This is a very, very stressful time because there's so many websites to go to, and sometimes some information that's hard to understand clearly. So we try to, whether the business is a child care center, a restaurant, a retail, whatever their business is, and whatever their concerns are, we're working with them to access CDC information, to access state of Maryland information, and then to get down into Frederick County information and even municipality information. So anywhere from this is the square footage of my business, and can I open to currently the governor and the county exec open manufacturing. So we're defining what is manufacturing for businesses. And And certainly, and I think we're going to talk a little bit about this, access of financial support. So whether that's federal financial support, state grants and loans, county or municipality. Right now, it's about getting money to businesses who are doing the right thing and either staying closed or are essential businesses who are opening and trying to provide PPE to businesses or to their employees. Those are all funds that they weren't expecting. Right? We didn't know this was going to happen. So now all of a sudden, masks and hand sanitizer and cleaning supplies, sometimes sneeze guards, all those things cost a lot of money. So we're working with businesses to help them every way we can right now.
Well, for some of those businesses that are shut down now, I understand you have a hotline for if you're thinking about not opening up or reopening again. Is that correct? You have.
So what we have is our office has partnered with the Small Business Development Center. We actually have 2 staff in our office. Certainly, we're all working from home right now, but they're still working very hard. And if businesses are if they're in need of any service, they're more than welcome to call our office at 301-600-1899 and reach out to us. Or they can contact the Small Business Development Center. And the Small Business Development Center has done a phenomenal job of putting together financial resources. And at this point, if businesses aren't sure if when we are able to reopen, if they're going to be able to open their doors again, some businesses, quite frankly, Mayor, were struggling a little bit before this ever happened. So are really struggling now. We don't want those businesses to file bankruptcy unless that's the last reason, and that's what they really have to do. So we want to talk through, have frank conversations with the businesses, and give them all their options. And our career counselors, our business counselors at the Small Business Development Center can help them through any question they have. Stays confidential, and it's a free service.
Thank you very much. Is there any ideas of what the impact has been on our county economy, or do we have to wait until we just don't know how bad this is going?
Yeah. So 2 pieces to that is, as soon as this happened, we put out a survey to businesses to do what I call a temperature check. How are you doing? Have you laid off your staff? Do you think you're going to lay off your staff? Can you pay your rent? Can you pay your bills? If not, let's get you to talk to your banker and kind of work out a strategy for that, because there's no shame right now. This wasn't bad business. Mm-hmm. This was a healthcare issue that businesses are dealing with. So we did a survey. About 300 businesses filled out the survey, and it hit every industry, but certainly hit retail and restaurants the hardest. So what we've done through kind of seeing what the businesses are saying to us is worked with our Main Streets and put together some grants and opportunities to help those businesses. And to be honest, we've partnered in a regional sense with economic development. So Frederick County is part of what's called the Capital Region, and we're partnering starting next month with Prince George's County, Montgomery County, Howard County, Anne Arundel County, Charles County, and Frederick County to do a 3-year survey of our business community and really be able to give you data so that you can tell by zip codes not only how Frederick County is doing, how's our region doing, and how is Emmitsburg doing.
Thank you very much. We, at our last Monday meeting, town meeting, we approved a $30,000 for small businesses, and we put out the criteria, and I think we sent a copy to your office. And I understand you have a similar program. Could you tell a little bit about that and maybe how they can tie together?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you have a great program, and thank you. The 30,000 is very generous, and just like businesses, you weren't expecting to have to give that 30,000 away. So I know it wasn't in your budget, so you've had to rearrange things. So thank you for that. I'm sure the businesses will be thankful for that. What we're seeing around the county, you're being very generous with 30,000. So thank you very much. That's a great amount. So for small businesses, I'll talk about what we have and how we can partner together with Emmitsburg. So, our county executive Jan Gardner, announced today that she's going to unveil $5 million worth of small business grants. So how we're defining small business in Frederick County is businesses under 50 employees. So we have 3 different grants. I'll start with our farming community. We have a full-time farmer grant. So if 51% of your income comes off of your farm, you qualify as a full-time farmer. That's a one-time $6,000 grant. We have a small business grant for nonprofits and for-profit businesses, as I said, either part-time or full-time employees, not to go over 50 employees. Small business, we're defining as 10 to 50 employees. That's a one-time payment of $10,000. And then micro businesses, and those micro businesses are small retail, our mom and pop shops, our sole proprietors. So that's 1 to 9 employees, and that's a one-time payment of $3,300. So the nice thing is they can receive both grants. Our grant does not say that if you've received another grant, you're not eligible for ours. So they could receive the Emmitsburg grant and the Frederick County grant at the same time. Our grants will open May 28th, and it's not a first come, first serve. We're going to keep those grants open for a little over a week. So they're going to close the following Friday on June 5th, and then we'll look at all of them and try to fund as many as we can in each of those 3 grant categories. And as I said, they can receive both funding, but it's important to know that all this funding comes from the federal government. And so the government says you cannot use my funds and Emmitsburg funds for the exact same thing. So just be careful not to what we call double dip. So you can receive the funds, but you have to use Emmitsburg's funds to pay your employees' salaries, just as an example, and my funds to pay your bills, just as an example. But we can talk through that if people have questions.
Oh, that's terrific. That's really terrific. Just moving along, I mentioned you've been so helpful with getting us started with Main Street. We were a sustainable community as we were growing up and got their grants and did things under there. But now we're the edge of the nest, and I think we really want to go after Main Street. And I know you've been working with Madeline Shaw of our staff and Kathy Wiltz, our town manager. So can can you tell us a little bit if, I think we're just going to go, the starter program, is that, I think that's where we're going.
Yes. So there's two pieces to the Main Street program. It's a state-run program. The starter program, they would call Emmitsburg an affiliate program until you've actually completed all the paperwork and have budget for it. Then you become an official Main Street program. So. But even as an affiliate program, you get lots of resources and some funding, and I think that would help. And you would determine what your Main Street is for Emmitsburg. Certainly, your square corner is your hub, but maybe on each end it goes, I don't know how far, a quarter of a mile on one side and a mile on the other. I don't know, but the Main Street program, currently Frederick County has several Main Streets. Our largest is the city of Frederick, but at your size, we also have Brunswick, Middletown, Thurmont. New Market is brand new to the Main Street program. And then interesting enough, Mount Airy, the Main Street of Mount Airy is in Carroll County, but the road leading down to the Main Street is Frederick County. So we do include them, not financially, but we do include them in our Main Street meetings and providing support to them through, counseling and assistance. But we would love to have Emmitsburg be our second hand, our number 6 of Main Street programs. And like I said, New Market is brand new to being a Main Street. So we'd love to get you and New Market together and lift you both up through financial support, marketing support, facade improvements, and then when it's safe to talk about how you can start having small events to build upon your Main Street and those kinds of things.
Oh, that's terrific. I know we're really been anxious for about 20 years, but it's just a matter of getting to a point where we can, we're large enough to do things responsibly. One further question. We always hear this May 29th, but all things have to be equal. We can't have an upsurge in health problems, but is the 29th, after that businesses may open, or is there still going to, we don't know.
So God willing, the cases in Maryland and Frederick County stay low and manageable. I would, if that can happen, then I think we'll hear good news both from our governor and from our county exec. Certainly the county exec has set up the 29th as a date, but County Executive Gardner speaks weekly to the governor, and we've got to get back to business, but we've got to do it in a smart way. So I really, really feel for the towns that haven't had a huge rise in cases. They've been doing a great job social distancing and wearing the masks and doing everything with the hand washing. So I get that we got to get back to business, but people reach out to me and say, can you ask the county executive? And my answer is no, not really, because she's not taking advisement from the director of economic development at this time. She's taking advisement from the governor and the health department, Dr. Brookmeyer. So, like I said, God willing, things will stay low, and on the 29th, we can open many more businesses.
Very good, very good. I'll be right back with you in a minute.
Okay.
I've just got a couple of updates around all the corners here. Phyllis Kelly, with manager of the food bank, says they're well stocked and stable demand. Catoctin Pregnancy Center is open. It's regular hours, Monday and Friday, 1 to 3 p.m., and Tuesday and Thursday, 7 to 8 p.m. Jubilee, well-stocked, no problem. There are rushes, sanitizer, and things like that, swipes, and seem to be a problem. Country Kitchen is still offering meals up at the Vigilant Hose on the square, food for kids on the weekend. Frederick County Public School Program is continuing distributing food 11:30 to 12:30 at Jubilee, Monday through Friday, with weekend packets. Senior Center is also preparing meals. Pool, we're waiting for notification, but we're kind of looking to, it's probably going to be mid-June, and there probably will not be that first pool party. Census 2020, congratulations, we're up to 64.1% as compared to 51% this same time in 2010. We have a way to go. The county at the last time I measured was overall was at 70.4, so we have our work cut out for us. Please respond to that. It's worth $18,000 per person over a 10-year period. We have a virtual town meeting on June 1st, and we'll finish up on the budget that night. Want to have a farmer's market. We're not sure where we are on that. Last Saturday we had the yard waste pickup site open, and the next time will be on June 6th. June 6th, 9 to noon. And again, no recyclable, only paper or recyclable bags will be accepted, no plastic bags. Bulk trash pickup is scheduled for September 20th. Check town postings. We've just approved a $30,000 grant for small businesses. Please check with us and give us any questions you may have on that. I think we're pretty much where we are right now. Thank you for the support. The restaurants, scams are up. Watch that stuff. And Executive Director, any final thoughts for the day?
I want to congratulate you on your census. Sounds like you're doing a great job in this crazy time, still focusing on, the census is so important, and we only get it, every 10 years, right? So it's important. Thank the firefighters, the first line workers, even the Jubilee employees who are essential workers and keeping people fed, and certainly your food bank. As the mayor said, keep supporting your restaurants. They have pivoted and needed to very quickly, without knowing, buy to go cartons for meals, and updating their Facebook pages and websites, and as much as we can do with curbside pickup and delivery, it's not enough for them right now. They're not making what they need to be making. So I joke and say, let's stop watching our wastes and worrying about our diets and support our businesses during these tough times. So, if you can support your local restaurants, you've got some great ones up here. And we want to help support them get through this terrible time.
Well, thank you very much. I'm sure I'm helping out.
Me too.
Once again, for myself, the town commissioners, town staff, we want to thank you, Executive Director, for coming up today. I know it's out of your way, but this it's very special to have you all up here, and thank you very much again.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Best to you.